Hey, what's up everybody? It's Levi Illis here. Thanks again for watching and welcome to my new subscribers. If you're new to my channel, I'm trying to bring you cryptocurrency information in an entertainment kind of way, so it's easy for you to digest. So guys, I hope you went to bed with a good feeling, or if you went up with a good feeling, because we have reached the psychological barrier of 10k with Bitcoin in the evening or in the morning, depends where you're at. For me at least it was in the evening, or in the night at least. It was around 2 or 3 p.m. Sorry, a.m. And yeah, we reached that by a psychological level, I must say. And where do we go from here? Will now the official FOMO kick in, or are we now officially in a bull market? That are the things that I want to speculate about today. The 10k barrier, of course, is a very important psychological line. If you look at it from a Google trend perspective and compare it 2017, where we were at the top, then it's only at 12 points right now. So FOMO still needs to kick in. But I'm pretty sure that whenever the media starts talking about the 10k, which I've already seen today in the newspapers here in the Netherlands, that the 10k barrier has been breached, then we'll see what will happen right now. And also keep in mind that it will have a longer effect for newcomers to get into the space. I don't know if you recall, whenever you signed up for a Coinbase or any other exchange, the verification process takes a while before they can even get in. So are we now already in a bull market? I assume that a lot of you already think that we are in a bull market, and I start to, how do you say it, believe that we are also moving officially into a bull market. And the reason why I'm saying that is that I've also indicated in my video in Tenerife that if you compare it to previous cycles, then we are shooting up too fast. But yet again, results of the past doesn't guarantee anything for the future. So there are also a lot of actors and factors that are different now in this space compared to then. So I want to talk about that again in this video, what that might be. But first, getting back to the 10k barrier. Now I think we can officially say that if we are breaching the 11.7k level and stay above that from a technical analysis perspective, and you know I'm not a technical analysis expert, but if you look back at the 2018, we were officially in a bear market with seeing lower lows and lower highs at the 11.7k mark. So for me, that would be a reference. If we stay above that and see higher lows and higher highs above the 11.7k, then I'm 100% convinced that we are in a bull market. So I just want to point that out. You know, as always, I'm always very optimistic, but I also try to bring it very realistic to you as well, so that we do not get too euphoric too fast. So then of course, what could be the reason, if we are in a bull market, that we are shooting up right now? Well, if you compare it to the past and the current situation, there's a lot of turmoil, of course, going on in the world. We have the trade war in China going on. We also see in Iran that there is a lot of tension, and the ECB just announced that they want to give an economic stimulus. With other words, they are going to print some more money. So that of course is a good sign that the economic situation is not in a good shape, and I guess that's also fuelizing Bitcoin in that sense. Also from an interest rate perspective, the Fed has announced that they want to lower interest rate, keep it the same. Yeah, keep it the same. and want to lower it maybe later. So that's also a sign, of course, that from an economical perspective it's not in a good shape. So that of course could be also triggers and factors to give this now a boost. So if you also compare it in 2015, the one yuan devaluation also how do you say it, supported the price for Bitcoin to rise. And these are all factors that play a game right now. So maybe that's why the cycle differs compared to the other cycles now. Also, if you look at it from a maturity perspective, business-wise, it's the market is maturing. Where in the past you have seen small startups, local merchants experimenting with cryptos and Bitcoin. Now you see the larger corporation really trying to get a skin in the game. Huh? Microsoft building on top of the Bitcoin network, of course. AT&T as one of the, let's say, recognizable companies that is accepting cryptocurrencies. And of course Facebook, that is now joining the space with their Libra coin. I'm not going to into details what my thoughts are on Libra. If you want me to do that, I can make a video about that. But that I think also triggers it from a regulatory perspective to make some quick moves in the space. And there also you see from a legislation perspective and regulatory perspective that the market is maturing. So what we see is not that cryptocurrencies overall in general are being banned, but that the regulations are being set more clear and clear. So of course in terms of anonymity, it's not a good thing that the Financial Act Task Force or Action Task Force, I don't know by heart now how they are called. They have just announced that whenever crypto is traveling to institutions, it should also be clear what the track record is to trace back where the crypto came from the person, origin, etc. So all in all, I think these things in general are good. Regulation is required to keep it mature, as long as it's not being banned. And also there in India, there has been rumors about crypto being banned. It has not been a fact that it's being banned yet. So all in all, overall, from a regulatory perspective, I guess we are moving also in a good direction. And then of course, yeah, there are other factors. The devaluation of currencies in a lot of countries. In Turkey, for instance, I guess the lira already has devaluated approximately 50% now. It was 28% earlier this year. So if we need to believe the news that is coming, it seems also that Turkey is the largest holder, has the largest amount of holders in terms of cryptocurrencies at this point of time. So these are all factors that might drive the price up. And also looking at the financial situation as an indicator, gold is also rising, and you see that the gold reserves are being well, let's say governments are accumulating a lot of gold in terms of tons. Russia has added approximately 600,000, if I'm correct, or now I'm maybe confused with China. But what you see is that they are trying to find a hedge, and maybe Bitcoin is now also inside of them. Inside of them. Is that the correct way to say it? And then of course from an institutional perspective, we have been waiting for the institution to come into the space. End of 2017 with the futures contracts that were introduced by the CME and the CBOE. Institution could get into the space easier, but now you see also that how do you say it, the infrastructure and the framework there is getting ready, where large companies like Fidelity, who has approximately, what is it, 4.6 or 6 trillion under asset management. I don't know it by heart right now, but they are delivering custody services, of course, for crypto, and backed, of course, they are now doing a UAT on crypto, which is also a good indicator. They are behind how do you say, like electronization of multiple exchanges, like the New York Stock Exchange, for instance. So these, all in all, is for me an indicator that from an adoption perspective we are maturing. So summing it all up, be cautious still. For me, it's not yet confirmed, even though I feel bullish. I will be more confident if we breach the 11.7k level and see higher highs and higher lows from there. When will that happen? I don't know. So if we look back at the cycles, we can still go down at the previous cycles, but let's see where we stand, and don't get too euphoric, guys, not yet. So that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.